This is $10. It's not a lot of money. Most people wouldn't bother picking it up off the street. But in 30 days, this exact $10 became 10,000. This is the story of how, and more importantly, why. No inheritance, no investor, no viral post that made it easy. Just a 22-year-old, a laptop older than his own apartment lease, and a question that wouldn't leave him alone. What if the amount you start with matters less than how fast you're willing to learn? He'd tried before. A dropshipping course that promised riches and delivered debt. A crypto call that cost him his savings. $10 was what was left. Not a strategy, a last attempt. So he made a rule. No debt, no borrowing, just $10, 30 days, and a spreadsheet to track every single decision. Good or bad. Day 1. He bought a single clearance item online for $3, a phone case nobody wanted. By evening, he'd resold it locally for $11. It wasn't profit that mattered. It was proof that money could move if you paid attention. By day 3, $10 had become 18. Small, almost embarrassing to mention, but real. Week 1 became a loop. Find something undervalued, resell it fairly, reinvest everything. No spending, no shortcuts. By day 7, $18 had become 42. Not a success story, but the first evidence that the theory might actually work. Week 2 started with confidence, and confidence became carelessness. He put half of everything into a single resale item, certain it would double overnight. It didn't sell. Not that week, not the next. $20 sat frozen in an item nobody wanted, while the deadline kept moving closer. This is the part of the story most people cut out. The part where it almost didn't work, where $42 nearly went back to zero. But he didn't quit. He dropped the price, took a small loss, and got the cash moving again. $20 became 14. A loss, but a lesson bought in full. Week 3 changed everything, not because of a big win, but because of a small shift in discipline. He stopped chasing big flips and focused on 20 small, correct decisions in a row. $14 became 60. 60 became 190. Nothing dramatic, just consistency, repeated enough times to start compounding. $190 became 600 by reinvesting in slightly bigger resale batches. 600 became 2,000 by week 4. At this point, the spreadsheet had more rows than he could explain to anyone casually. 2,000 became 5,000 through a single larger deal he almost didn't take. A bulk resale opportunity that required trusting everything he'd learned in the past 3 weeks. 5,000 became 8,000 in the final week. Not from luck, but because 30 days of decisions had built something that could finally move on its own. On day 30, the banking app showed $10,040. He stared at it for almost a full minute before he felt anything. Not celebration, relief. The kind that comes from proving something to yourself that no one else was watching for. $10 to 10,000 in 30 days. But the number was never really the point. The real thing he built in 30 days wasn't $10,000. It was the discipline to make 20 small right decisions, over and over, even when no one was watching. That's what you actually earn.